There we go. Ow. Do 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 do. How do I? Do 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 do. Actually, I might need my iPad. Let's. If you don't like furries or you have beef with them at all, you can request up and we can debate it. So, hey, can I get your age?
15.
Nah, sorry.
Okay, my bad. It's supposed to be
Yep.
18, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be 18.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, you gotta be 18 up, 18 or over to join to talk on the live. Again, if you got beef with furries, I'll debate you. We can talk about it. Any of that. Okay. Oh, no. Well, one, furries aren't animals, so no, you can't hunt them. And two, furries aren't humans that think they're animals or want to be animals. It's just it's just a costume. It's just like cosplay. I don't think people who dress up as anime characters want to be animal or not or dress up as like anime characters want to be the anime character. What? I thought we all loved Jeff the Land Shark. Subhuman? Nah. Oh, well, one bad person doesn't accept. Okay. What's your age?
22.
Okay. What's your beef with furries?
Um, okay, so I don't really have beef.
Okay.
I just want to check with something.
Okay, cool. What's your question?
If I'm walking about around and I see a furry and I do a double take, is that okay? Like, no judgment, or is that like considered offensive?
No,
And
like it's
this is not me trying to like rage bait. I'm genuinely curious.
no, yeah, I get it. I don't think like it's okay. It's very out of like the furry is very out of place, right? I agree with that. So if you see something and it's like, oh no, like that's not what I'm used to seeing, and you do a double take, like I get it. Like a lot of
Okay.
people do that. No, it's not offensive.
No, I just want to make sure because like I see things in public. I like do double takes, all that. Like I'm not trying to be the like 70-year-old guy who's staring directly at someone. I have nothing against it because like it never obviously interrupts my personal life. So
Exactly. Yeah, it's and again like looking like also a lot of the people wear it to have people look at them. Like it's meant to be like it's and also like a lot of the work that goes into the fursuit itself,
Well, I was about
like
to
of
ask
course
that
people are
too.
gonna like right? Like
So in
it's
my mind, it's like in some ways cosplay. So you have to
mhm.
like design, implement things like that. I have the fashion sense that is non-existent. I wear hoodie shorts, hoodies, sweatpants, depending on the weather, pretty much every day.
Mhm.
So I'm very curious, like when you are thinking about these things, is developing a persona something that you like think about each piece, or do you have an idea in mind, or is it just kind of developed over time?
So it depends for a lot of people because there are like pre-made characters that people will like make the suit for and sell. Um,
Okay.
and so if you see it and like you buy it, right? Then you didn't really like think it up and make it, but the other person did. And usually you would make the full character before you started getting pieces for it, or like before you started getting the suit.
And does that cost a good amount of money? Because I can't imagine it's cheap.
It definitely depends on the maker. Some fursuits sell for up to like multiple thousands of dollars. I
Oh my
think
God.
um I can't think of the most expensive fursuit that I have held in my hands was $22,000.
Okay, so you
It
officially held more than I've made in my entire life. That's amazing.
oh yeah, 100%. I that is the most money or even like most like just expensive thing that I have held in my hands. It but like and it, like it wasn't originally like it didn't originally cost $22,000, but a bunch of people were bidding on it.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
That's really cool. And like
Right.
all these questions are like, and I hope you can hear background noise, remember, it's I just am very curious about the topic.
Yeah, of course. Um,
And if you need
like
more people on the panel to argue, then I will gladly step down.
um, like I am happy to answer questions, but I do also want to see what people have to say about beef. So if
Okay.
there's like a quiet second, or if you're still around, or like you join later and there's like a quiet second, feel free to join and ask more questions.
I think
I'm
it's
cool with
bedtime,
answering.
but thank you. It was a very good dialogue, so I hope you have a great night.
Of course, you too. I hope you have an amazing night, dude.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Oh, who's next? Hey there. What's your age?
I'm 14.
I'm so sorry. We can't have anybody under the age of 18 up here.
Okay, it's okay.
Mhm. Oh, and Unami, I did see your question about Therians. I'm not well versed about Therians at all. I can't answer any of those questions. It's not my expertise. I'm sorry. And then I also saw a comment asking where I got my suit. The suit in the picture I got from someone called Monarch Rooster on you can find them on Instagram, and I think they're under the same username uh on TikTok. I think their commissions are open too, so if anyone's interested in that. Hi there, Sophia. Can I get your age? Oh, or not. Okay, you're next. Can I
Man,
get you?
y'all make it stink, man.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. If you have beef with furries or like any like big questions, anything you want clarified, feel free to request. Either can I get your age, Adrian?
I'm 22.
Awesome. What's your beef with furries, or are there any questions about furries that you want answered?
Oh, girl, I will never have beef with y'all. I will never have beef with y'all. I'm so sorry.
Awesome. No, you're good.
Genuinely so sorry because I have been doing art for y'all for like a decade, and y'all are always there with the big bucks like you do. I don't know why all of you are rich. That's crazy.
Not all of us are rich.
That's wild.
But yeah, no, a lot of furries will pay top dollar for artwork. It's insane.
I know,
I've
like
seen a
I'm
lot of
rigging
yeah.
currently a VTuber. I can't say the name yet, but I'm rigging a VTuber model right now for one of, I guess, the more popular furries on YouTube. Me personally, I don't really identify with the community, and that's just because like I guess that's not really usually where my art aligns.
Hmm.
But like people are really, really, really willing to pay so much for their characters to like come to life and everything like that. And I just think that that's a beautiful thing. And honestly, I don't know why people are automatically just like, oh, they want to do things with animals. Like, no, it's basically like cosplay.
Exactly. It's literally
like,
cosplay.
like,
Like
girl, leave them alone. Mind your business. So rude.
exactly.
People
Like
are
and
so rude.
also like people will bring up like bad things that like the community or people in the community have done. And
Yeah.
it's like I'll be the first one to say like yeah, that's wrong. They shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, but girl,
Um but
priests have done so much
exactly.
worse.
Every community doesn't matter what like even if it's like just talking hobbies, right? I am sure there are football fans that do abhorrent things. I'm sure
Right?
there's
Like
like
that one guy who kissed his child on the mouth.
oh my God. Like exactly. There are
Isn't that
so
Tom
many like
Brady?
hobbyists that do bad things. That doesn't mean that everyone doing the hobby is a bad person.
There you
I
go.
just joined to hear priests. That's so funny. Like
Cook, queen, or king.
exactly.
Cookie, you.
You know what? Yeah.
Cook you
Oh,
over there. Sorry.
no,
I don't
you're
have your
so real for
pronouns. I
that.
don't have your pronouns locked down. Sorry. I don't want to be
No,
disrespectful or anything.
don't even worry about that. They he is fine.
They got it.
But yeah, like it's again all it's not that furries are bad. It's that some people in the furry community have been bad.
Yes,
And
yes,
so it's
sir.
like just chill. Like it's we call them out too. Like literally those people will get banned from conventions.
I know. And it's this,
Like
honestly, I feel like if I could like can I talk my shit again? Like one thing, I think it's a very similar thing with the LGBTQ community because a lot of people also associate maps with the LGBTQ community.
I know. Oh my God, that's so
And if you know, you
stupid.
know. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
don't think I'm allowed to say it on here.
Yeah, no, 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 yeah.
Um, but genuinely, like it's, it's the same basic premise of, this hateful ideology and people just simply being ignorant and, love your fursuit. Is this yours?
Yeah, yeah, the one on the back is one of mine.
So cute. Is that your design? Did you make that?
I worked with the creator to make a design. I had like a general design that I wanted, but I'm not great with art. And so I just kind of gave them like, hey, these are the colors I want, and like this is the general design that I want. And they did the art and was like, here, is this good? And I was like, yes. And then they made the suit based on that.
So cute. I love it. Well, you have an extraordinarily positive night. I'm gonna hop off. Thank you for having me.
You too. Oh my God. Oh, hi there, Zena. Can I get your age?
Hello, mate.
Hi there.
How
Can I
are
get your
you
age?
today?
I'm so sorry. Can I get your age?
Oh, I am 25.
Um, I don't believe that. I'm sorry, guys. You have to be 18 or over to join to request up. Oh wait, what's going on in the comments? Oh yeah, no, we don't mess with AI art. Yeah, furries who use AI art respectfully have the day that you deserve. Accept. Hey Iron, can I get your age?
Yeah, I'm 26.
Awesome. What's your B for questions?
So my main question:
Mhm.
why is such a large population of furries aligned with Nazi beliefs, and it's not. I don't have an exact number, but it's an estimated over half
Whoa.
of the
I I also want to know that it's how do I put it? Like TikTok language, we can't say the word exactly. It can get the live taken down completely, but I do understand your concerns. I personally do not align that way, and I don't know any furries personally who align that way. And I don't know the psychology behind that. I don't. I know that there have been some big furries, especially that have come out, but or that like have been like outed for having those types of beliefs. And the only thing that I can say is that that's completely abhorrent.
No, and I agree. It just seems to be at an exponentially higher rate. Now, and don't get me wrong, the furry
Mhm.
thing's been around since iFunny was still relevant. So I know that there's been a lot more outreach as far as it goes. It just seems to be, and I don't know if it's because Nazis or whatever word you want me to use. You know who I'm talking about. Do it
Yeah.
because they can hide their face and their body, or what?
That, that might be a reason, because like the mask thing, it definitely does like allow for more anonymity. Uh, and so that definitely could be a reason. Again, I haven't personally met anybody with those beliefs or who identified in that way. Um, but like, and I believe that there are probably a lot, right? And it's going to be that way, unfortunately, for a lot of hobbies. There are always going to be those bad people. Um,
Okay, and the
I'll look
next
into it
thing
more
I
though, because that's not
rise
really something that yeah. Hmm.
is the Therian thing, and I know that you said people that turn it into a fetish, which if the Therian thing, that's all it is. If you go research it, I'm sure even you as a furry would agree with that, right? That I'm pretty sure that's where
Um,
a lot of
I
people find their hate. Like I remember the cringe furries years ago, they were bad, but
mhm.
it's gotten way worse. Right, because it
um
used to be like
like
groups
right.
making fun of groups,
Yeah.
but now it's just
Um, well, I don't know much about Therians. I have met a couple, and none of them seem to do it as that kind of thing. Uh, and also like a lot of the Therians that I see like on Instagram and TikTok, like making videos, are usually minors, and it's not really is that kind of a thing for them. But I do think that there are a subgroup of both furries and Therians that do it in that way too. Um, and so uh, it's definitely a bit uncomfortable. But I don't have much information to go off of with that. But I feel like a lot of the sexualization does sometimes have uh, how do I put it? Um, it can definitely have a negative impact on how other people see the communities.
okay. Yeah, that's about all I had is those two things.
All right, dude. Thank you for
So
being respectful. A lot of people want to come up here and
I've
say
got
not
better
so
things
great
to do
things.
than be a troll. It was actual
Right.
questions, I promise.
All right. Awesome. No.
Yep. You have
Yep.
a great night.
You too, dude.
Hello, hello.
Hi there. Can I get your age?
Oh, I'm 19.
Awesome. Any beef or questions or anything?
I'm so freaking tired of furries. You want to know why? They could be
Okay.
donating all that money to me, the poor, but they're
No, you're
spending
real
it
for
on fursuits.
you're real
What
for that.
about
You're real
me?
for
Where's my
that.
money?
You know what? You're real for that. Um.
Okay, no actual beef. That was
Okay, okay. Yeah, no, I get it though. As a furry, I think furries should donate more money to me. Um, All right, hi, can I get your age?
14.
So sorry, dude, you have to be 18 or over
Y'all
to.
niggas is weird.
Nope. See, right there. Oh, holy shit. Um, we're gonna block that account. Trying to keep up with the. Where's my furry stimulus check? Get out of here. Hey there, can I get your age?
18.
Mm, so sorry, that dude just kind of sounded like he was putting on a voice. Remember, guys, you have to be over 18 to request for the live. Oh, this person's taking a second to load in. It's the freaky ones I don't like. I get it. Um, I'm gonna disconnect that person just because they're taking a while to load in. I've seen you up here for a second. Hi there, can I get your age?
I'm 18.
Okay, what's your beef with furries, or do you have any questions?
All right. So one of my main problems is a lot of people in your community they're very like hypersexual, if you know what I mean. Like for example, let's look at diaper first. Like what's up with that?
Okay. Yeah, I
Or like
don't
no,
I don't fuck with that community that much. Or not even like that much, like at all. But uh I I do understand why that would be uncomfortable.
yeah,
Um
yeah.
it's one of those, unfortunately, like whether or not they were a furry wouldn't really affect that because there are a lot of people who aren't furries who have that particular want to do
Right.
that.
Right. Like
But I
cog, like
yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I don't. And there are a lot of furries that are very vocal about like, hey, if you participate in this behavior or in this, like, if you like this type of artwork, like, please stay the hell away from us.
yeah, no, I get that one.
Hmm.
One thing I don't understand is like yeah, like some of them are I'll be on a VR chat, right? And I'll join like furry hideout, and like there's just a lot of racist people, like racist furries. Like, what's up with that?
Yeah, it again, it's one of those things that happens a lot in a lot of different communities. Um, I I don't agree with racist people. I think one, it's actually stupid as fuck because if it like we're all humans, there's no like real difference between our fucking races. It shouldn't matter. But I think unfortunately what happens is that the people who do things like that are usually really vocal and really they get a lot more attention because they're doing the bad things.
Right,
And so it unfortunately becomes like a thing where like that's a lot of what people see, especially
right,
because
right,
it's like you don't see like the better stuff like getting shared around because it's a lot of people who a lot of the time when someone who isn't a furry is getting furry content, it's going to be because someone did something bad and like the video blew up, right? Or
right.
or there's just like a group of bad people like online on on VR chat and shit like that.
I've got one more question
Yeah,
for you here.
yeah.
About what percentage of male furries do you think consume furry porn?
What percent? You know that I don't know. I know that a lot of people do it. Um, I don't personally. It's not really my thing. Uh, and like again, it's like one of those because like the anime communities and stuff, there's a lot of
Right, right.
like stuff like that. I'd say probably a good portion though. Like it's just one of those things. Like yeah, it's definitely and it's sometimes becomes a problem. Because like
Okay,
when you have, yeah, sorry.
and like for example,
Hmm.
like do you hate Negroes? Because like as I said before, I've mentioned the VR chat thing. I'm just wondering, like, where do you stand when it
Yeah.
comes to hating races?
Yeah, I don't hate any. I have no beef with any other races. I don't, that's like it's sorry, that was such a bad way to word it. I was like staring at the screen and so all I can see is like the word beef. Yeah, no, I don't consider myself racist, and it's one of those things if I happen to say something racist, right, and someone calls me out, I'm gonna correct the behavior.
Right, right. And I've
Mhm.
got, just one last question here before I go.
Okay.
What do you think of Booth?
Oof. Is that
Booth.
is that the furry that recently posted something along the lines of like, oh, the person I was flirting with ended up being 14? Is that who I'm
Um,
thinking of?
I don't really concern myself with the guy, but he's like this like millennial, and he's super corny. Yeah, what's up with like furries and like a lot of them having like some sort of autism or ADHD? That's something really common, I notice.
Oh, you know what? I actually do have something to say about that. So a lot of people with autism or ADHD already feel like weird and like they can't really interact with people. And so I think the anonymity of the fursuit makes them more comfortable to interact with people. Because like you can't see their face and so they don't
Do you
have to like yeah.
Right? So you've heard of Booth? Have you heard of Deets? Or no, not
Uh,
Deets. What's his name? Fuck. He's friends with Booth. You might know. Do you know Deets?
I no, I don't really even know like Booth that well. I think I've heard of Booth, but it might not even be the person I'm thinking of. I don't know a lot of popular I like
You've do you know do you you've probably have you seen Deets?
I'm not quite I don't like maybe um
Like you don't know Deets?
no, I don't think so.
Like like Deets nuts?
Okay, all right. All right.
Like Deets nuts? Have you heard of him?
Okay, you got me there. I
No,
am or is
have
that
you
their
heard of him?
actual is that their actual username or
Yeah, I'm just playing. I
yeah,
meant
no, that's
you've might have no, but you've actually might have heard of Ligma. He's like one of these guys that I know, and he's like,
nah, see, you're not gonna get me with Ligma.
yeah, okay,
All right, I am
yeah,
going to
that's my
switch to
bad.
someone else. I do hope you have a nice day, though. And you are kind of funny. Okay, we're going to go. Hi there, can I get your beef or
Hi.
any questions you have? Oh, actually, first, can I get your age?
Oh, I'm 20. How about you?
Oh, I'm also 20. I'm turning 21 soon.
Oh, cool. Same.
All right, then what's your beef or any questions you have?
I don't really have any beef. I think they're really cute and like nice, and I like their like costumes and stuff.
That's so
Um,
awesome.
I think it's a little weird sometimes when I see like sexual furry things. I think it's like kind of like borderline bestiality.
I totally understand that. I personally don't engage with a lot of that kind of stuff. And there is like a lot of I've seen so much discourse like within the community about it. Uh, but also I totally understand like being put off by it. I kind of agree. Um, it's one of those it's just one of those things. If there's a community, there's likely going to be 18 plus stuff in the community.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
guess
kind of
that's true.
unfortunate, but ugh.
I think it's a little weird
Oh
for
yeah.
me.
Yeah, 100%.
When did you start um what made you like mm, sorry, I don't know. I'm trying to think of how to phrase it.
I think I might know what you're gonna ask. Essentially along the lines of like when did I start like being a furry,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, right. I was in and out of the furry community for a while because of like the gross stuff that I saw. But I recently, it was pretty recent that I was like fully back in like the fandom, right? And I think I was like I think I was 19. And but I did get my first fursuit. I want to say this like June or July maybe.
Oh, nice. Have you seen those like the Chinese fursuits?
Yeah, I think those are the Kigus. Um, they're I personally, um, they freak me out. Some of them freak me out a tiny bit, just because of like, but like they're some of them are also like really really cute,
Yeah, I think they're crazy cute.
right? It's
As a
just some of them
child,
that are,
did you
yeah,
ever used to like play games where you would pretend you were like an animal?
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
there were a lot of like, yeah, like especially in elementary school, we would all like run around and like play pretend animals, you know?
Yeah, I feel like that's a common experience for like every kid.
Right? Um, right. There's like it's just one of those things that like especially because a lot of kids like well they like animals. Animals are cool. They're different. And so they want to pretend to be them. Like they're little, you know.
Yeah. This was a fun conversation. I hope you have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, next guest. Whoa. Hi there, can I get your age?
Hello. Sorry, I sound a little sick, but I'm 18. I
Okay.
just turned 18 on February 2nd, so I don't know if it
Happy
still
late
counts. But
birthday. Yeah, it counts, it counts.
okay. Um,
Oh sorry.
no, you're good. You're good. You can go first.
It was just like what's your beef or any questions you have?
Honestly, I just wanted to come up here and say that like people shouldn't discriminate furries because of furries, but I feel like it should be not allowed in schools or personally not affecting elementary schoolers. You know what I mean? Like,
Um, can
l-
you like I'm not discrediting what you're saying. All I'm asking, can you like explain, can you give me an example? There we go.
oh yeah, definitely. I'm gonna change it a little bit. It's like, sorry if this offends anybody, but the pride flag or any like sort of like flags that are like affecting the country or states right now, it shouldn't be affecting the kids' education or any sort of like knowledge that they're not supposed to know until like middle school or high school. I would understand like middle school, they're like finding out what a furry is or what gay means or what um you know, priorities that other people have, but it shouldn't be in school that affects kids from learning or getting confused, about what they are when they should be learning that more in like middle school or high school. And that's how I think, because I don't think any kid should be asking like certain questions like that to teachers or to parents or be taught at school, especially when it's not what they should be learning about yet. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Um, so for furries specifically, it's not really going to be present in schools for the most part, like as in like a teaching subject, because like it's not really like an identity or anything. It's just a hobby. Although I will say, like with the LGBT stuff, right?
mhm.
When how do I put it? When people talk about like education about LGBT things with younger audiences, uh, it's not it's not about what goes on in those relationships, if that makes sense. Like, if a kindergartner is learning about quote unquote LGBT stuff, usually what it is it's the family dynamic, which they're going to learn anyway, but for straight people, like a mother, a father, and their children, or a mother and a mother and their children.
Hmm.
That's all it is when it comes to younger children and education.
Yeah, definitely. The only reason why I say like it shouldn't be like around younger children is because like there's so many people that are gonna start bullying them or look at them weird when, especially when they're young, because it's like abnormal. And that was
I
only the reason I like, sorry to interrupt, but
no no
it's
you
like I'm not talking about more like first grade or second grade. I'm like, oh, well, fourth to fifth. A lot of this generation is rapidly like getting more knowledge with like the younger the people get, the more phones and the internet is going to be in their hands soon. Um, but it's just bullying that's going to happen early on, and I feel like it shouldn't be properly mentioned, but definitely like outside of school or if it was their hobby, that's totally fine. It shouldn't be discredited or inappropriate either, you know?
I understand where you're coming from. I really do. I actually think education at a younger age will stop it from happening. As in like stopping the bullying. Because it's one of those, the reason that children bully is because it's different, right? But if we're being taught that differences exist and that, and that people are different, it actually helps cultivate an environment that is less prone to bullying.
Hmm. Um, with that, it
Mhm,
also comes with the fact that people are gonna bring up like, oh, you see how these people act? I guess
mhm.
you're gonna be put in this society. Like, um, oh, what is that word? I forgot. But when they think that you're this person because of how you look or how you act, I forgot the word. But um, they're just gonna think, oh, assume. They're just gonna assume that
Mhm.
little kids are doing weird things because it's weird or it's like it's so abnormal. And once we start like accepting or like telling students like, oh, hey, this is fine, it's fine to be different, they're already teaching that. Teachers are teaching students like, hey, find different ways on how to solve certain math problems or find certain ways to do this puzzle. Like that, I think elementary school should not have that. And because like I don't know if you like can still remember when you were younger, but it's not something you should really be learning. Like I could say the same thing about sex. Like it's not the same
Oh
thing that
yeah.
you should be learning down. Oh wait, uh, inappropriate stuff. It shouldn't be there
Yeah.
when you're younger. That's when you like not supposed to learn anything like that. So you should
Yes.
start learning more about all like furries and all those activities towards middle school, towards like when you're in your teen years. That's when you should start learning. And I understand people would disagree with me or like say, oh no, we should just support um, everybody how they are when they're young, or everybody is certain like everybody's like this when they're young, but it shouldn't be affecting a kid's life at an early age. And that's all I'm saying. Like I don't have problems with furries. I don't have
Mhm.
problems with any sort of, you know, things that are happening, but it shouldn't be affecting a kid's education first.
Yeah. I okay. I have a quick question for you.
Oh yeah, definitely should.
Do you remember how young you were when you had your first crush on somebody?
Probably back in, I mean, kindergarten, early on, but
Exactly.
that's
Right?
innocent. Like,
No, exactly. And that's the
mhm,
thing is that when people are talking about like education, it's not uh like sexual education. It's okay because this is anecdotal, right? So when I was young in elementary school, I had crushes on girls, and I was the only person who was like a girl who was having these crushes on girls, and I didn't know what like I didn't know why I was different, right? I didn't know that anything else existed. And so I thought I was weird. I thought I was bad. And then like years later in middle school, I learned that other people also ha oh, sorry, fuck. That other people do also have like crushes on people of the same gender, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it has taken me like a long time to unpack those feelings of like, oh my God, I'm gross and bad, right? And so I feel like, then again, it's not anything sexual because I was like 7, I was like 5, 6, 7 when I had these crushes, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't thinking about doing anything like that. It was just like, oh my God, this person is like really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like, and like when we're that young, we have like a very small understanding of like dating and stuff because we see our parents. Um, and we know that our parents are together and that they love each other.
Mm-hmm.
And so we already know that 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 like we can love other humans, right, that aren't our family and stuff like that. Um, and so when we're all like it's one of those I wish I had found out what it was younger because of that. Like because of these feelings.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like that's like your story
Hmm.
is very effective to like other people. Like I love that for you, and I'm happy that you figured that out. And it's like that's I think that's in a way maturing and like figuring out what you are, and
Hmm.
that's what's gonna like help students grow. Like we should lead them if they ask questions. Like if I was a mother and my kid was like, "Oh, what's a furry?" I think I would give a brief definition of it, you know?
Hmm.
And I think that's what some parents need to do, like let go of the past or let go of like hatred on certain communities. You know, you understand? Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of grandmas that I know that absolutely hate, you know, same genders being together, same, um,
Mhm.
just abnormal things, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's what we need to start first is with the parents on how we're raising or how we're teaching our children to open their minds up a little more. And
Yeah.
with the furries and with like the the LGBT community,
Hmm.
if that kid wanted to ask a question to an adult, it should be the parent, not the teacher or not any professional, unless it's like therapy or a doctor. But it should always stay at home, and that's what I wanted to say, but I just couldn't put it in words. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I think uh I how do I put this? I think that well, one, because you did mention like teaching the parents, right? The best way to teach parents is to teach the next generation of parents. And so when like agree that like when it comes to like and especially like sexual education, if a kid is going to ask about that before like an education class happens, because like we do start like sex ed and like I think I started in elementary school and they talked about like periods and stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
And then in like middle school they went more in detail, and then in high school they went more in detail, right?
Mm,
Um, I do think that you're right. They when it comes to that, they should definitely go to their parents. But if it's
mm,
just like, hey, um, like wow, I had a crush on another girl. That is that weird? And the teacher says no. I don't necessarily think that there was anything predatory with that conversation,
mm.
right?
Um, the only reason why I say this is
Hmm.
because there's so many cases involved with that would hurt a teacher's job or hurt officials' way of working because they
Hmm.
can't really say the wrong or right answer to the student. Like if I told the student, "Oh no, that's perfectly fine," and the parent comes back to me and yelling, that's gonna cause a whole unnecessary scene and maybe my job on the line. And that's why I prefer it for children to ask their parents than, you know, the teacher. But uh, this is a new generation. years, so it's like
Hmm.
it's not gonna change
Like I,
unless
yeah.
sorry, I'm so sorry. Unless like
No, you're
start
good.
to be really rude about it, but until like many grown men or grown women that are teaching younger like their grandchildren, oh, this is so bad or this is bad, or homophobic
Hmm.
people in general. Because when it comes to homophobic, I feel like not only they're rude to, well, I'm not speaking to all homophobes, but not only that they
Hmm.
don't like the same gender relationships, they also don't like the idea of a furry either. So I think
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot of it overlaps.
definitely, and I think it comes with the cool kid era. Like I
Hmm.
want to be so cool. I want to do like smoke and stuff like that. Am I allowed to say that? Um,
Um,
well, I'm allowed to, do those type of things. And
hmm.
I just want to be so cool and I want to be quote unquote normal. I think that's what makes bullying and makes a lot of people that want to come out as furries or come out as, oh, I'm bisexual or I'm just lesbian or gay. Like, that's
Yeah,
gonna hurt people. And it's not gonna change anytime soon, I don't think. But I hope that it does change. Like, everybody's more open minded and not weird out or gross out about, oh, they're a furry. Oh my gosh, they might stink. They might.
right.
So I
I
just
will
think,
say,
so sorry.
sorry, about the furry stinking. If you're a furry in this live, okay, and you go to a con and you don't shower, I will make fun of you. If you go to a con and you do not shower during that con and I can smell you through my mask, I will make fun of you. Just want to throw that out there.
And
You
honestly,
gotta,
oops, so sorry.
it's hard sometimes, but you gotta take care of yourselves, okay? Sorry, I'm done. I'm done.
No, you're
That was my
good.
rant.
You're the host. I mean, it's wonderful to have this conversation with someone, you know, I don't know. And like, it's a great conversation that I had with you. So I'm very grateful.
Right, thank you for being so respectful. Like, and I totally understand all of your viewpoints, and I do agree that it definitely can put the teachers or other professionals in an awkward position. Um, Especially when we have adults that will, like parents that will come back and like raise hell with school.
Yeah.
Um, and so like yeah, for when it comes to that, like definitely, it can be. I self for the inevitable like angry parent, you know.
Mm.
And so I probably would also avoid that. And I might just say like, hey, like this is a question that you should ask your parents. Um, Especially because I plan on teaching preschoolers.
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
and so it's definitely something more like, hey, you shouldn't be asking me this. Go home and ask your parent, you know.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I do agree on that actually.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. And much respect to you if you do have any sort of furry equipment, because I heard it's expensive. So kudos to you and have an amazing night.
You too. You have a wonderful night.
All right. Bye bye.
I've seen this person in the request for a bit, I think. Hi there, can I get your
Hi.
age?
Huh?
Sorry, can I get your age?
I don't really want to say my age, but I'm gonna say that I'm above 14.
I am so sorry. You have to be over 18. Like you have to be over 18 to be on the live.
I'm like
And so
right at
I
the point. But I just
yeah,
have like one question. Like how much is for the head and like the tail and then like the feet?
it depends. There are a lot of different prices. Um a lot of different people name their own prices. Uh like there are heads that can cost like $1,000, but like the head in the picture in the background, I paid about 400 for it. It's still gonna be pricey. But also you can make your own. You can buy like fur and like upholstery foam, and it'll only cost. I mean, I think like prices for fur are like around $30 a yard. And then foam is going to be like from place to place, different prices, but it'll cost significantly less.
All right, thank you. I just wanted to know.
Hmm. Hi there, can I get your age?
18, March 20th.
As in you're turning 19 in March or you're turning
No, I
18?
just want, because usually some people, when they ask me what age I am, they make me say my whole birthday. So I was just like, I'm 18, March 20th, 2006.
All right, okay, you're good then.
Um,
Yeah, what's your
my,
beef or questions?
well, I really don't have beef technically. I mean, like, I have beef with the ones that are kind of like freaked out and, they kind of smell weird.
Yeah,
Those are the ones I have beef with.
I understand that. Um, I will say I've said it once and I'll say it again. If you go out and I can smell you through my mask, you have to go shower. You have to put on deodorant, like do something. Um, it's I agree. And there are definitely people that don't have great hygiene. Um, but that unfortunately goes with a lot of hobbyists. It's just something that happens. It's from hobby to hobby.
That is true. And plus,
Mhm,
with the other girl adding on to what she was saying, like, as far as furries going into school, I was tuning in and out because I had something else to do.
mhm.
But I kind of do agree with her. Like, I feel like it should be left at home and not be like brought into school, because that does increase, you know, that person getting bullied, in my opinion, because obviously, yes, you might hang around like the crowd that might be like, oh yeah, I agree with your views of like how you dress and stuff, but then also you're going to have those people in the back making fun of you and bullying you just for what you wear.
Right, and I totally get that. It's one of those like, how do I put it? If you're gonna participate in a hobby, you gotta know who you're around while you're participating in it, you know? And so if you know that you're around people who are gonna be assholes about it, definitely don't do it around them, right? And
Yeah.
then like about the keeping it out of schools, I personally don't think that people should wear like a full fucking fursuit head to school because it can definitely be a distraction.
Yeah.
Um, but and also like I know that this isn't like I you didn't like say this. Um, but it's just like what the other person was saying about like teaching it in schools. For the most part, furries aren't going to be taught about in schools
Hmm.
because it's just a hobby. I mean, we don't like sit around and like, oh yeah, this person's a hobbyist. They collect trains, you know. We don't really get taught about that because hobbies don't really come up in school as often.
That is true. I feel like the extent of like wearing it, I feel like the tail is okay,
Mhm.
but like just like you said, like the head and like the gloves and everything, I feel like that's a little too much, because the point is going to be like, okay, now I feel like you're making a target on yourself.
Right, I understand that viewpoint. Um, it's and also like with the pause specifically, it can be a distraction because like let's say you're trying to wear the pause in class while you're doing classwork, you're not going to be able to like hold the pencil properly, right?
Yeah.
Um, and so I definitely I get that, yeah.
And that's really all I wanted to say. I do like, is that you in the picture? Because I do like your mask and stuff. I wanted to say that too.
Yeah, that's me. That's he's my newest suit.
Oh, okay, I really do like it. I think it's really cute, and spending $400, I get it. I mean, my cousin, she made her own, so I really don't like, I
That's
can't go into
awesome.
detail of like being like,
Hmm.
oh, how much she spent, but I know it turned out really nice. She showed me.
That is awesome. I've tried. It's definitely props to your cousin. It's a hard craft.
Yeah, yeah. No, she does like a lot of stuff. She recently just tried to get into it and she's good at like art and everything. So she was just like, oh, this is going to be easy. And for her like very first time of making like her own costume, I feel like she did really, really good.
That's awesome. I again like genuine props to your cousin. That's so cool. To all the people asking if they can get in next, I'm so sorry. I'm like the TikTok like gives a specific order, and I'm only gonna do one guest at a time.
Well, thank you for having me up here and have a good night.
All right, you too. Hi there, can I get
Um,
your age?
yes. I don't feel comfortable saying my age, but I am over 18.
Okay. Okay.
So I
I'll
don't,
accept that.
huh? What
Sorry,
was that?
I'll accept that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't really have a big problem with furries.
Hmm.
I just have a few questions to kind of understand it because I've never really got into the whole furry thing and stuff. I've never really wondered it, but I don't really have any like beef with it, like
Hmm.
anybody that likes the costumes or any of that. But this is not to be rude, so I hope I don't offend anybody.
Okay.
Um, do you like look in the like say for instance you look at yourself as an animal, but I don't please don't take this rudely. Please, I don't want you to take this rudely. But do y'all want to be an animal? I'm sorry if I said that the wrong way. I
No, no,
just
no,
want
you're
to
good.
kind of learn more about it.
No, furries don't see themselves as animals.
Okay,
It's
so
genuinely like think of like when people like will dress up as like a cartoon or anime character that they like. It's
yeah,
basically that. They don't see
okay,
themselves as the character, but they are dressing up because it's fun.
okay. Um, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for explaining it to me. I didn't want to offend anybody in that way either.
No, yeah, you're good.
Thank you. Bye
You
bye.
you weren't offensive. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Have a good night.
You too.
Hello.
Hi there. Can I get your age?
Not comfortable with that. But I just want to say I have zero beef with furries. I love furries. I'm a Thurian. I love you guys. Goodbye.
Okay. They also sounded really young, so I was gonna remove them anyway.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Well,
If
hold on.
my
Can I get
age,
your age?
yes,
Yeah.
I'll tell you my age. I don't know if you're allowing this, but I just want to make a really quick speech. I'm 41 backwards, but I was gonna say, if everyone here that are hating on,
Nope, I caught that. 41 backwards is 14. I'm so sorry. I don't know if it was gonna be positive or negative. But I don't want my live removed or my live access. I can't let minors up here. I'm trying to see like who's been here a while. Hi
Hello,
there, can I get your age?
I'm 18.
Awesome. What's your beef or questions about furries?
So with me, I don't really hate furries. It's just the fact,
Mhm.
since I'm Christian, I see it as God created you as a human. Because I know some people think that they are kind of like part of like the animal and that they were a animal in their past. So I kind of think that's wrong because God created you as something. I think you should stay that. Because I know some people who dress up as it because they think that they are that.
I think uh so furries specifically, being a furry isn't that like specifically. Being a furry is just thinking like anthropomorphic animals look good, like look cool, and like dressing up as one. So it's
Okay.
not really like identifying as the animal. Awesome. Um, you've been around. Oh, they're taking a second to load. Okay, yeah, they might not load in, so I'm gonna. Oh, yeah, there we go. Hi there,
Hello.
can I get your age?
19.
Awesome. What's your beef or questions about furries?
Right, so hold on, let me pull up the questions. Okay. So I was just like wondering like when did you like decide to be like a furry? Or like and like why? Oh, sorry.
You're good, you're good. Okay, so I was in and out of the furry fandom for a bit, but I think I like officially like joined the fandom when I was 19. And like the reason why I just thought it was cool. Um, it's one of those things, I already liked I went to like anime cons and stuff as like a teenager. Um, and so I was like, okay, cool. I already like dressing up.
Yeah.
I might have like, and then I was like, okay, well, this gives me more anonymity while I'm dressing up, and so it's less like I didn't like taking pictures in like cosplay, because I was self-conscious, right? But if I'm in the
Yeah.
fursuit head, I don't have my face out, so if someone takes a picture of me, I don't really worry about it. It's
Yeah,
not
that's
like, right? So that's
yeah.
that's about it. That's
That's cool. And I was also like wondering, do you wear it like 24/7 or is it like you wear it when you go out?
no. I wear it to the furry conventions, or I'll wear it for like videos and stuff to just do silly things. It's not like a 24/7 thing.
Like
They
you don't wear
my
it just
fursuit.
like sorry.
No, no, you're good.
You don't wear it like when you're not recording or only when you're recording and like going to these like furry cons. I don't.
Yeah, I only wear it when I'm recording or when I'm going to like a furry gathering.
All right. Well, I think that's actually really cool, and that's all I had to say.
All right, awesome. Thanks so much for being respectful. Have a nice day.
I need to.
I love all the respectful guests, guys. You guys are awesome. Okay, you've been here a while. They're... Hi, can I get your age? Hello? Peter? Hello? Okay. Tried a few times. Let's see. Hi there, can I get your age?
I'm 14.
So sorry, you have to be 18 or over to be in the live. So sorry. I should probably put that like it's like common. It's like well, it's required for all lives, but a lot of people don't know that. I think I might edit the picture after this live is over, to be like 18 plus only, to avoid as many minors like trying to request up. Hi there,
Hi,
can I get your age?
I'm 20.
Awesome. What's your beef or any questions you have about furries?
No, I don't have any beef with furries. I remember when I was a kid, I didn't like them, but I think it's like online culture is like, oh, furry bad. But I think it's because they always confuse like regular furries with those like freaky furries, and not all furries like that. It took me a while to realize that. So you guys are actually pretty
Right,
cool.
right. It definitely took me a second to like get out of that too, because like it seemed every time I joined the fandom, something weird was going on, and so I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Um, but then I went to college, and I found a group of furries that were not as freaky, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh. okay, so then there is a community to be had, like for myself, right?
Yeah.
And so yeah, there's definitely a lot of freaks out there in every community, but it seems
Yeah.
that they end up being the loudest in those communities. So it
I mean,
definitely
yeah,
gets a
because
lot
the
of people
people who
off.
are. Oh, sorry, to cut you off.
No, no, you're good. You're good. You go.
I think that's just like every community. Like, there's always gonna be like the really bad part of it, and they're gonna be the loudest because more people are gonna be like, "Hey, like, look at that! Look at what's wrong with these people!" Like, oh, that's everyone. Like, no, it's not every furry that's like that. A lot of them are just
Right,
like chill. They don't just do their own thing. They don't really do that much.
right. But like, especially like when we're younger, we don't really understand that. If we
Yeah.
see like a loud group of people doing something, it's kind of it's almost human nature to generalize until we learn, oh, maybe we shouldn't do that, or we learn that, oh, well, not everyone in this group is like that, and so we start like unlearning the generalization thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely do get it. It can be off-putting.
Yeah. Well, I just want to come up and say you guys are cool. That's all. I don't have any like debate to say.
Awesome, cool. Thank you so much for being respectful.
You too. Have a good one.
Mhm. You too. Hi there, can I get your age?
I'm 18.
Awesome. What's your beef or questions about furries?
I don't really got no beef with y'all for real, but like, I just wanted to ask,
Mhm.
why do y'all like, what made you? I'm not trying to make it seem bad and say like, what made you turn into that, but like, I get. Do you get like my question?
Yeah, I
Like,
get it.
okay.
Um, so I it's kind of okay, like I enjoyed cosplay like as like a middle schooler and high schooler, and so this is just another extension of that.
Mm,
It's just cosplay. I just think it's cool, it's fun, and I like taking pictures because um I'm not great with facial expressions. I don't
right.
know how the yeah. Uh and so if my face is hidden and I'm taking a picture, I don't really it's just one less thing I have to worry about. And
Right.
also some of the heads look really cool.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's yeah.
really all I
Sorry.
have.
Awesome.
All right. Have a blessed rest of your day or
You
night.
too. Hey, can I get your age?
I forwarded.
Good for you. Okay. I'm probably gonna take like one or two more guests, and then end the live. But it was awesome talking to everybody.
What the fuck?
Hi there, can I get your age?
15.
Yeah, sorry. Only people over 18 can be on the live. Thank you, Lunar. Hi, can I get your
Hey,
age?
hey,
Hi, can I get your age?
I'm 19 actually.
19? Awesome. Do you have any beef or questions about furries?
Um, I just want to know like what's the point of like doing it? What's the point?
Oh, it's just a hobby. It's the same like how people like some people collect baseball cards as a hobby, right? Like
Um,
or like some people like mess around with trains and or like train sets. It's just like that. It's just a hobby. Um,
well, like how do you like handle like the bullying?
I surprisingly don't really get a lot of the bullying, but that's because I surround myself. I don't surround myself with those kinds of people.
Oh, well, I mean that's kind of good, but like,
Mhm.
I know some people like hate on them. I just want to know like why.
Yeah, of
I don't
course.
have beef with them. Like I just want to know like why they're doing it in the first place and how they're spending so much money on it.
Yeah, again, it's the same thing. Like collectors, or like if people like play sports as a hobby, a lot of them are gonna like buy like equipment for it, right? Um,
Hmm.
it's just spending money on a hobby.
Yikes! And how much does it usually cost?
It depends person to person because it's essentially art, right?
Hmm.
And so it just depends on what the person is charging. I've seen like a head, like a fursuit head for as low as $200, even sometimes like $100. But there
Hmm.
are also people who charge up to $1,000 for their heads, and it's usually because of quality and experience.
Yikes!
Oh yeah, it
Man,
can it can get pricey. It's it's rough out here.
I'm, anyway, I'm gonna head out. I'm tired and I
All right,
have to edit something.
all right.
Bro, there's so much hate in the comment section. It's actually crazy. Like one is saying there's no way you normally grew up to be a furry. Wow.
Oh, that's funny
Wow.
though. I am going through like blocking
Hmm.
the people that say stuff like that. It I gotta figure out how to like
What?
actually physically remove the comment, but
Also, are Therians and furries the same thing?
they are not the same thing, but occasionally there is overlap.
Because like, eh, yeah, I just research that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know much about like Therians myself because I'm not one. I have a couple friends who have
Hmm.
I like who have identified with being a Therian,
Hmm.
but like I never really like asked them exactly what that means. So,
Dude, some people are so mean to like nice furries. Like there could be like
mhm.
nice furries and they're still being mean to people. Like, dude, what is wrong with you guys? I'm
Yeah,
tired. I'm
right.
so
It's
tired.
sometimes people have nothing better to do than be mean to other people. And it sucks, but it's one of those at the end of the day, I know who I am. They probably know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
We're the only ones that got to live inside our own head. So if they can live with what they're doing, whatever.
Lunar just said I am actually a Syrian and a furry. That's actually cool. Some
Yeah,
people
that's
are like
awesome.
so miserable. That's 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 actually so cool. And I hate the fact that like they just automatically bully furries because they see other people bullying furries. Like
Yeah,
it's not a trend, guys. It's not a trend.
right.
But
It's just one of those things, especially because when someone sees something different,
mhm,
it can sometimes be hard to grasp it and hard to understand that it's okay for there to be differences in people. It's okay for people to like different things. Um, and I
ew.
think definitely like a lot of people mature out of it,
Hmm.
but some don't.
No, literally, because it really shows, bro. Unless they like bark at people, like do cringy stuff, or be a zoophile, then there's
Oh
no
God, yeah,
reason.
no, we don't fuck
Dude,
with zoophiles.
dude, how would people just randomly just, oh, I like this animal. Oh, I'm attracted to it. Like that's so
Ugh.
weird.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely gross. It's one of those things, something I really enjoy about the furry community, especially with like
Hmm.
furry conventions and stuff, is
Hmm.
that one, so like to get in, you have to show your ID,
Yeah.
uh, and you can be banned from those events. And because you have to show your ID, you can't get in.
Yikes.
And so it's not like, and usually fur cons will ban people who are um, convicted offenders and people who have like been outed for that kind of thing. They have to be
Hmm.
made aware of it first, but usually once they
Oh,
are aware of it, they ban that person from attending.
bro, Gremlin is literally going off on Wizard. But yeah, it's like 3:14 a.m. where like
hmm
I am, and I need to go to sleep.
Yeah, it's actually midnight where I am, so I'm also probably gonna end the live soon. Go to sleep,
Yeah,
sleep well. You were awesome. I
you
hope you have a
too.
nice rest of the week.
You too. I'm probably just gonna stay up editing something.
You're real for that.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. But bye.
Bye. All right, I'm gonna do one more guest, and then end the live for the night and go to bed. Oh, say anything after wood instead. Wait, Wizard, what would you do, Wizard? Oh shit. Hi guys. Wow. I'm back. Aw man. I broke the magic. Anyway, you know what? Yeah, I am going to bed. Good night.